So the monetization in Warhammer 40K Warpforge absolutely sucks and is predatory as hell 75% of the time. So in this video, we're just going to break down all of the predatory schemes that are at play in this here video game, which is a really fun game, by the way. It's just a shame that it's kind of shat on and, you know, putting a lot of people off with the crazy predatory schemage that is going on, starting with basically everything in the shop section of this game. The entire shop tab could just be deleted and the game becomes immediately like 10 times better. So yeah, we're going to cover all of this nonsense, all of this ridiculous gold bar purchases and all of this stuff, and how it's all just so ridiculously predatory. And then we're going to talk about how you can actually play the game without breaking the bank. You drop $20 one time, that's it. You don't have to spend a penny more than that unless you have like very, very low levels of self-control, you know. You can have a fun time with the game without succumbing to all of the nonsense, okay? So yeah. Needless to say, and as you might expect, these gold bars that you use to purchase these booster packs for each faction, or the All Armies booster pack, these are all priced just so that these gold packages don't quite work out very nicely for purchasing these packs. You're always going to have like 100 gold left over. You're always going to have 50 gold left over here and there, you know, because that makes it a little bit easier to make the purchase on the next time you want to buy booster packs, right? Well, I've already got 100 gold left over, dude. I might as well buy a bit more gold bars, you know? Don't do that, man, okay? This is whale hunting. Don't do this nonsense, okay? I understand it's a collectible card game, and the impulse to have better cards than your opponent, it's been a thing since like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards. It's still a thing today in Hearthstone. You don't have to succumb to that, okay? You can progress through these games at your own pace without dropping ridiculous amounts of cash, you know, to compete with the whales who are always going to be at the top of the ranked ladders, you know. If that's what you want to do, I don't know, dude. Maybe this is a good game for you. You know, who am I to say how you're going to spend your cash, you know? But for the average player, don't engage in anything on this gold shop menu right here, including the Blackstone, by the way. But we'll get to the Blackstone just a little bit later. These red crystals right here are used for crafting purposes. You can farm these at a rate of about 50 crystals per game win, I think. And I think you might get 25 for a loss. Don't quote me on that. But you can farm these without spending a penny. I'd highly recommend you just do that, you know, like a sensible person. Next up, we have the card shop. Now, you know what, Ben? At first glance, I actually liked this. It was quite exciting. I bought myself a good legendary lord with 1,500 crystals that I'd found. So I bought a new warlord for my necron army. Good stuff, you know. And then I realized, wait a minute, dude. This refreshes once a day? Once a day, dude? Like, what the hell? Okay, so this doesn't refresh often at all, and this is it. This page doesn't scroll around to anything else. There's only 8 cards on display at any given time. It's a FOMO shop, okay? It's a FOMO shop. The idea with this is to get you to log in every day, and and basically gamble on whether or not you're wasting your time on it, you know? Because look, I bought a really cool card here yesterday. I had a good experience with the shop. Great, that happened one time. But now look at this. What if you're an orc player, dude? What if you're an orc player, right? You're collecting orcs in this game. There are no orc cards in the shop today, man. This is just FOMO ridiculous nonsense. If you're an orc player right now, this shop offers you nothing. And so the only way you're going to pick up any new cards today is by progressing either your rewards track or just coughing up, buying some gold and buying some booster packs. And that just really sucks. You know, that just really, really sucks. These red crystals are obviously the currency used to buy cards in this shop. And I think that's great because you can farm these in games without spending a penny. You know, you can farm yourself some red crystals and spend these here. But why can't you just buy any card at any time? Why does it have to be so FOMO, dude? It doesn't have to be like this. Why is there only 8 cards available? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this is... It's ridiculous. If you do want to play this game free to play, you will be engaging with the shop a lot. It's just extremely annoying and a hurdle that's been deliberately thrown in your way as a free to play player. That engaging with the shop is just so awkward, you know. They want you to get frustrated and to just buy yourself some boosters. Yeah, don't engage with this either. Okay, so that's gold. Don't touch these. That's the card shop. try not to get annoyed by it, but it's going to be quite handy to you as a free-to-play player. Even though I just wish that you could just craft any card at any time. And then we have the cosmetic shop. Yeah, this is just pure whale hunting. I mean, this is all there is in the cosmetic shop, by the way. And honestly, look, dude, I just got to cover this. This is insane. This is mental. This is a 5,000 gold card back, right? 5,000 gold card back. I'm getting red in the cheeks right now, even just covering this. Because this just getting me fired up. This is crazy, right? Go to the gold. To buy 5,000 gold, that's $50. We're talking about a $50 card back here, bro. I mean, what the hell? Like, honestly, I don't care about this. I never click this tab ever again outside of this video. I just don't give a damn about cosmetics. They don't bother me at all. In any other game, I'm really just not that bothered. If the game's good, fair enough. You know, I have a cosmetic shop. It's whatever. I don't think I've ever bought a cosmetic in any game ever, apart from one time in Final Fantasy 14. You know, it cost me like $3 or something. Yeah, ignore the cosmetic shop. Don't engage with this crap. Don't encourage them. These prices are absolutely unbelievable for the nonsense that you're buying in this shop. And of course, they're all purchasable. Only buy gold bars, and you can guarantee, I haven't even researched this, but you can guarantee that all of these gold costs that you're paying right here are not easily attainable by buying these gold bars. You know, you're always going to have like 500 gold left over, etc, etc. So, like, honestly, this entire shop section is just garbage. It's just trash. Ignore all of it. The only thing... Oh, actually, no. You know what? We're going to stay on the negatives for now. We're going to stay on the negatives before we start to get to some positives in ways that you can actually enjoy the game responsibly. Yeah. Because, like, every collectible card game or trading card game in history... Oh my god, dude. The exploitation of the whales is really strong in this one. Anyways, next up we have the rewards tab here, and this brings us to the missions section. There's some good stuff on here. The daily login bonus is not one of those things. I don't like daily login bonuses, dude. They're just annoying. They're obviously to force you to get onto the game and check in every day, because every visit you get, right? Every visit a game gets, or like a web page gets, or anything like that, every visit it gets statistically will eventually convert to more transactions occurring on the webpage, in the shop, and in things like that, you know? So that's all these daily login bonuses are for, man. They're not doing this out of the kindness of their own heart, you know what I'm saying? But those are there. Next up, something else that really sucks is the weekly challenges. Why do I dislike these so much? Okay. Ooh, right. Okay, so you get the weekly challenge. You complete your daily missions and you earn progress along your weekly challenges. Your weekly challenge track. The lowest most chest. Okay, I'm on the second chest right now. You get 3 random cards at the end of the week. A little bit of blackstone and some crafting materials. Okay, great. Focus on the blackstone, though. That's what I want you to look at. It's going to become very apparent why in not very long, so just be patient. So you get 2 blackstone from that one. Second chest, you get 4 blackstone. Ooh, okay, man, we're doubling up. The next chest, we get 6 blackstone. Notice how these are all even numbers. That's what I want you to notice, okay? Then we get 8 blackstone. And in the final chest, finally, if you absolutely no-life the game, you can get 10 blackstone, okay? That's basically smashing what? How many challenges per day? Is that like 6 challenges a day or something? I don't know. It's something like that, right? It's quite a bit, you know, 5 challenges a day, something like that. Missions a day. Now, the reason that that's so important, and the reason I drew attention to these even numbers of blackstone all the way along the rewards track, is because if you go into play mode and then head into draft, by the way, draft, one of the most popular modes in any kind of card game like this, any kind of virtual card game, because you get to play with new stuff, you get to play with toys that you don't quite own, but you get to have some fun with the deck, and then you move on to the next thing, and it's just fun times, right? I was really looking forward to smashing draft every day in this game. Problem is, you get to queue for free 1 time per day. If you want to queue again after that, what's that? 5 blackstones required? Oh yes. Which means that unless you smash the weekly rewards track and hit the 10 blackstone every week, you're eventually going to end up in a place where you kind of have, where you're stuck with even numbers of blackstone, right? And it makes affording these draft runs with blackstone just extremely awkward. again, by design, let's be real. They want you to buy more Blackstone from the shop. That's what they want you to do. Okay, that's what they want you to do. I don't know why there isn't a way to spend your red crystals to queue draft mode, you know? And if you get maybe like, if you get like 5 or more wins, you can go infinite because you earn, say you spend 100 red crystals to get in. If you get 5 or more wins, you receive a win bonus of like 125 red crystals, you know, so you can technically go infinite as long as you're doing well. I think that that will be totally fine. What's wrong with that? What's the problem with that, you know? Like, obviously they can tweak the costs and make it slightly difficult enough so that maybe 40% of people can go infinite with this draft mode, similar to Hearthstone Arena, you know? That would have been cool. Instead, we get like this free button and then we get a pay button, which, I don't know, dude. Like, I really appreciate the free draft mode per day. I think that that's great. I think that that's awesome. I just wish that it was just a little bit more casual friendly. Like, it's just crossing the line towards being annoying for me, you know? It's like it's dangling it right in front of your face, and then it's kind of screwing you over after that point, you know? And so that is all of the suck. Now, the good news is that realistically, as predatory and as ridiculous as a lot of the everything in the shop is and stuff in this game, you actually just don't have to engage with most of it. You don't have to engage with most of it, and you can still have a pretty damn good time in this game. I'm enjoying the game a lot, and it's a shame that it's got all of this BS that's, you can definitely argue, rightfully putting people off before they even get a chance to really give the game a shot, you know? I don't know why developers do this, man. It's ridiculous. I feel like they could make so much more cash in the long run if they just were honest and didn't have gold bars and all of this nonsense and FOMO shops and stuff like that. It's just absurd. But anyways, man, let's move on to some positives, shall we? Positives, goddammit. The daily missions are actually a really, really cool feature. I think that they're sweet. I think they're awesome. These, as far as I can tell, there's no such thing as, like, the daily missions never run out. You can kind of power your way through a ton of them, more than you can realistically do in a day, every day. So they as soon as you complete one, you collect the rewards, and you move on to the next thing, and another mission will pop up, and it's great. And they're all quite simple to complete. So the daily missions are quite good. I actually quite like them. The additional reason that I like these quite a bit is because, as you can see, I'm attaining Necron campaign points when I collect my rewards for completing these missions. So as I'm blasting through all my games, it is specifically Necron campaign points that I am collecting. What does that actually mean? Okay, this is a huge misconception that people are having with the game. A lot of people are leaving super negative reviews in the game saying, what the hell, I'm only stuck with one deck, you know, because they've only played the game for 20 minutes and they don't understand the campaign system because it's so badly explained. I gotta stress that it's so terribly explained, and like the UI of the game is so obviously a mobile port, and it's really not helping people's clarity with things. But the reason that this is so cool is all because the daily missions and the resources that you get from the daily missions tie directly into your campaign progress. What is campaign progress? This is what's so badly communicated, man, and for God's sake, I don't know, I don't even know if they can fix this because it's so designed for mobile. I don't know if they can make this clearer. The campaign system. So, whichever campaign you have clicked up in the top right of the screen here, for example, we've got like goddamn Eldar, Chaos, we got goddamn Sautek Dynasty, which is my Necrons. Whichever campaign you have clicked, that's the campaign you're going to be generating resources for by completing your missions, right? So if I want to switch over to Ultramarines, if I go back into my missions now, boom, suddenly we're earning Ultramarine experience for our campaign track, right? And so we'll be able to spend it on things like booster packs for Ultramarines, you know, the more stuff that we farm. You see the little costs here down at the bottom. Wild cards to unlock a free green quality card for the Ultramarines. Things like that, right? Obviously, I'm just going to leave it on Necron because I want to progress these guys the fastest. The only thing I would actually recommend, if you want to blast this game, if you want to play this game, you can totally do it free to play. That's great. They're not lying about it being free to play. They're just twisting the definition by a lot, and it's obscene. But for me, I plan on playing this game for a while. I invested in the premium rewards track for Necrons. And if you're looking to drop any cash at all on the game to help you get started, to help you get your foot in the door, pick one army, okay, that you're sure that you want to play, and I would recommend buying the premium rewards track. for that army, so that you unlock the extra stuff every now and again. If I just go along to one that has some bonuses. Okay, here we go. For example, we get a free epic wildcard here if we own the premium rewards track for necrons. So that's what I'm doing here. Yeah, and the idea is to have a pretty decently strong necron deck that I can build up over time and some pretty sweet rewards on, and have a good strong necron deck that I can play unranked and ranked matches with, and have a decent old time and farm me some red crystals. Yeah. Playing games against other players in multiplayer is the only way to farm your red crystals. And the reason those are so important is because as annoying as the FOMO shop is, as irritating as the FOMO shop is, as a more free-to-play player or a low-paying or like one-time paying player, engaging with the FOMO shop is realistically going to be one of the better ways to quickly pick up epic and legendary quality cards for your deck. It just sucks that it's only 8 and they rotate once a day, and I don't know why you can't just craft whatever you want whenever you want. But there it is. So that's what you're going to be doing in order to progress your PvP usage deck. Why do I say PvP usage deck? Because if I head into my missions here, we have a couple of daily missions that you'll spot that have trigger codex 5 times. This is an Ultramarines effect, okay? This is an Ultramarines only unique effect, the codex effect, or ability that appears on some cards. It's like a keyword. How the hell am I going to do that if I'm using my necrons, right? Well, you can go into play, you can head into practice mode, and you can play any one of these kind of pre-made decks in PvE style situations, so you don't have to play against real players, and you can complete your missions for any given army that you don't have a very good deck with in practice mode instead, and that will actually give you mission progress and allow you to complete your missions with an army that you do not want to take into multiplayer. So that's how you'll be completing missions like this. Codex 5 times, trigger mob 5 times if you want to, you know, do the orc daily mission. Things like that. So the fact that you can complete these missions in practice mode is, yeah, definitely a big plus. It makes it so that you're not just being farmed by whales on an army you've got that sucks in multiplayer mode because you're trying to get a mission done. You can just do it in the PvE game mode, and that's totally fine. Now, all of that said, this also means that you can spam play a whole bunch of games in multiplayer mode, as for example, the Necrons, which is my deck that I've chosen to make my PvP deck, you know, by buying that premium battle pass. But I can have a different campaign selected, so I can have like the orcs selected, and I can be completing missions and earning orc campaign points as I'm playing with my Necron deck, you know, so you don't have to be playing crappy decks to earn points to try and upgrade that crappy deck. You can be playing your strong deck to upgrade your weaker stuff, you know, if you want to kind of have like an ult going, for example, you know. So that's kind of good. And to be honest, that's actually about it. That's going to be the way that I'm playing the game. I'm just like, that's it, dude. I'm going to be saving like 30,000 crafting crystals whenever a new expansion comes out, and so that I can, you know, if like a new faction comes out that I want to start collecting, I can at least start to craft its key cards without having to spend a penny, and I can just slowly build my collections with that over time. I just want one strong deck that I can build up over time in order to do that, and that's the way that I'm going to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? I should also point out as well is that another thing that's really confusing people is they think they only get access to one deck, which obviously isn't the case. All you want to do, if you want to unlock a new deck type, for example, Chaos, if I go ahead and click some Black Legion action here, you notice that the first reward on the Black Legion rewards track is literally an entire finished deck titled Chaos Absolute, and this is your starting deck, right? These are your starting cards. So all I do is literally keep Chaos selected, and then complete one mission to earn some Chaos points, some Chaos campaign points, in order to, yeah, click the unlock button here and get my hands on the Chaos deck. So that's just another thing that should be cleared up as well. Again, this is so poorly communicated. I don't know why the decks aren't just automatically unlocked to avoid this kind of confusion. Yeah, The UI team just needs to be like fired. Next up, we have the card duplicates system. Now, what this is, I don't know, I think it's kind of okay. I think it's kind of fine. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people want to disenchant their card duplicates, which I understand too. So if you head into your cards like so, if I just scroll on down to, I don't know, some necrons here that I have some copies of, right? These are just basic necron warriors. So in order to upgrade this card to level 2, it requires 2 additional copies of necron warriors. I have 2 that I can use in my deck right here, and I have 1 additional copy. So if I get myself 1 more necron warrior, even though I can't disenchant it into red crystals, the crafting materials, what I can do is upgrade this card to, I think it's level 1 or level 2 or whatever. I click the upgrade button, and what does that do? It gives it a slightly better, slightly cooler looking card border, so it's a slight like cosmetic upgrade. But most importantly, you get some, I don't even know what the hell this is. It's just some purple pink resource forge resource thing. What does this forge resource do? It's all very convoluted, but this is what it does. You head into your rewards panel, you go to the forge button right here, and yeah, you have a little rewards track here as well for doing things like unlocking epic wildcards, which you can then use to craft any epic quality card that you want in any collection that you want. So yeah, that's what duplicates do. I don't know. I don't think it's a positive or a negative. Maybe it's, I don't know. It's just okay. It's just a thing. It is what it is. But yeah. Is the game crazy pay to win? Well, this is pay to win as basically every other trading card game and collectible card game that exists. And this is the way that I'm going to be playing it personally. So, hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all learned something. Leave your thoughts about this game down below, man. It's a really, really contentious one. So, looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about it. But for now, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all did enjoy, and I shall catch all of y'all just a tad bit later.